welcome to this BuyBotPro video. So in today's video, I want to talk to you about the competition on listings. So not only in terms of what BuyBotPro can tell you about the competition, but also in terms of, your selling strategy and your approach to the competition on listings. So when you're selling on Amazon, obviously in an ideal world, you'd be able to buy a product super low, sell it on Amazon super high, and there'd be no competition. But selling on Amazon, as we all know, doesn't work like that. So there's lots of competition for you. You won't be able to buy products as cheap as you'd like to buy them. And, it's a fantastic business model and it's a great way of making money. But it's not just as simple as pushing a button and getting rich. There is no get rich quick scheme in life. There isn't one. You have to work, and you have to work at whatever business model that you want to earn money at. And online arbitrage is no different. So not being frightened of the competition is a great place to start, because I hear lots of people when they're starting out, they're like, oh, but there might be 10 other sellers on this listing or 5 other sellers on this listing. Yeah, there might be, there's going to be competition on every listing, and you can't get away from competition. So the answer to dealing with competition is, first of all, not to be afraid of it, and secondly, to know how to deal with it and know how to get the best from it. So you want to look at lots of things when you're looking at, how quickly your product sells, how much profit there is and things like that. You want to look at all the basics information of that as well. But you want to be aware of the competition so you can know what situation that you're in. Now, don't be frightened of competition. Don't go, oh, there's more than 3 sellers on that, I'm not going to go there. Because honestly, you're not going to find very much to sell, because there's lots of sellers on Amazon. So you need to get to know how to look at it. And the competition analysis in BuyBotPro is really, really helpful for helping you understand what the situation is with your competition, and you can take that into account when you are considering whether to buy a deal or not. So the competition analysis is about halfway down BuyBotPro, and I've made it big here so it's easy for us to see. So straight away, the minute you analyse a deal in BuyBotPro, it's going to give you all this information. So it's giving you, as you can see, the number down here is the seller number. So the first seller has a stock level of 5 and it's Amazon. So you can hover over these and it will tell you who the seller is. But we've always made Amazon orange anyway. You can see the Amazon price, which is $14.99. And you can see the profit here. So what BuyBotPro is telling you here is you can make, if you were to sell the product at $14.99, you could make £3.40 profit. Obviously, that all depends on what you've bought it for. And in here, I've just used a cheap example just to give us some figures to talk about. So this isn't a real deal, but it would tell me that at the price I could buy this product for, I could make £3.40 if I was to price match Amazon. And it's great to know that information, because if you know that information, if that only tells you it's like 2p or something, or 2 cents, then you know that, to get to anywhere near the best selling on the listing, you're going to have to, go below a price that you want to go at. So it's super helpful to see the profit that you can sell, that you'd get by matching that price. It also tells you the ROI you would get by matching that price, which is again super, super helpful. And you can see the reviews. Now, Amazon don't share out their reviews with us. They keep them secret. But you can see on the next one down, for instance, that seller has got 173 reviews, 87% of which is positive. Now, that could give you a good indication, because we don't know the algorithm for the buy box. No one knows the algorithm apart from Amazon for that buy box. But for a long time, we've suspected that positive feedback has got something to do with it. And 87% is pretty low. So if I was looking at this, I would be less concerned about that seller than I would be about a seller with 100% good feedback. Because if you go up against a seller with worse feedback, we believe, and so nobody knows this for sure, but evidence would suggest that you're likely to get the buy box more because you've got better feedback, assuming, of course, you're not lower than 87% in your feedback. But we say we don't know that for sure, but that's the feeling that we get, that sellers get from when they go up against the competition. So you can see that this seller, and you can see the names of the sellers as you go down, and it will tell you who they are. As I say, it will tell you their price and the profit you'd make if you matched that price. Blue is an MF Prime seller. grey is an MF seller, and if there were FBA sellers here, they would be green. So you can see all of that information for all of those sellers at just like instantly. The minute you analyse a deal, within seconds, you've got all that information there to be able to make a really good decision about what the situation is with your competition. And you can come down and you can look at the total seller stock. So that's telling you that the top 10 sellers, the seller stock is 307. So then there might be 20 or 30 sellers. Oh, here, look, you can see it here in terms of total numbers of sellers. So you've got 7 prime sellers and 20 MF sellers. So from all sellers, you've got 27 sellers. Okay, and you've got 307 in stock from the top 10. So you can straight away think, right, okay, well, if there's 307 in stock from the top 10, so if this product is selling, let's say it's selling 5 a month, then you can straight away look at this and think, do you know what? That's probably not a good thing to go for unless I can really smash it on the price. Because at 307 in stock, if it was only selling 5 a month, you've got a long wait until you're going to get some sales. But if this is selling 2,000 a month and you can see there's only 307 in stock from the first 10 sellers, then you can think, well, hang on a minute, there could be an opportunity here. So it's not just about looking at how many sellers there are, it's about looking at their stock level, and it's about comparing that with the the estimated sales and how quickly things are selling. Because if things are selling quickly, excuse my dog, if things are selling quickly, then doesn't matter so much if there's more competition with more stock, because everything's selling faster. It's all relative. So the competition analysis in BuyBotPro is super helpful for making you make that decision. And don't forget, more than anything in BuyBotPro, you've got your confidence score. And BuyBotPro will look at all of this for you as it gives you that confidence score. So if it was only selling 5 a month and there was 307 in stock, BuyBotPro would say to you, well, hang on a minute, I'm not sure this is a good idea. Whereas because it's selling a lot more and therefore you're likely to go through the sales a lot quicker, then it's good. So always watch that confidence score, but pay attention to this competition analysis. It's super helpful. And if you're first starting out on Amazon, don't be scared of competition. There's going to be competition on every listing that you go on. Every deal that you find can be found by every other OA in the UK. There are no secret deals. There's nothing that nobody else can find. So you are going to have competition on every listing. So be prepared for it. BuyBotPro sets you up perfectly with all this information to be totally prepared for whatever competition you've got on your listing. So make the most of BuyBotPro, make the most of the channel and all the information we're going to be sharing with you. Give us a thumbs up, subscribe and hit the little bell, and we will see you in another video.